Hi, welcome to my platform, Linda's TV show. If it's your first time of coming across this platform and you like what I do here, my dear good friend, you are welcome. After watching this video, please put on your notification bell to all notification. Is very important because it will enable you to know when I upload a new video. To my old subscribers, my old followers, to those who are dedicated, who always watch, share my video, oh, what can I give to you? May God Almighty bless you all and grant that your heart desires. In this platform, I upload video on daily basis based on what is happening in Nigeria and in Biafra land. After watching, please share and subscribe. And I also sit down here to watch the video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to say our opinion. You are free to criticize, but let us always do it constructively as we go into today's video.
Hello, fellow Biafrans. Good morning. This is Emeka Livingstone. I have some information I want to give to you, and the title of this discussion today is Biafrans, Know Your Enemies. There are some informations when they come, I might first of all have to refer to Simon Ekpa before I talk, so that maybe when they are very technical and maybe he has more information on that than me, I want him to say something so that I'll walk in line, in tandem with him. But there are other informations that come and I have access to tell the public I do before getting to him, and this is one of them. I hope after this it will get to the ears of Simon Ekpa. Number one information I want to give is that the day that Nnamdi Kanu'S case was delivered in his favor by the Court of Appeal, all the Biafrans who congratulated Nnamdi Kanu have their accounts deleted by TikTok. TikTok cited Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist. So anybody that speaks in favor of Nnamdi Kanu or congratulated him after the case, the court ruling, appeal court ruling, TikTok had to put down the account or delete them or suspend them. It is unfair. And therefore, Biafrans, there is a war against us we are going to fight, where people, all of you that have accounts with TikTok, should begin to reconsider. Because TikTok has no reason to delete the accounts or suspend them. After all, it was the Court of Appeal in Nigeria that declared Nnamdi Kanu discharged and acquitted. The UN also said that the Nigerian government abducted Nnamdi Kanu and it was wrong. It was a violation of international agreements on extradition. So, for TikTok to take it upon themselves, I am not preaching anything hatred. Let me not be misunderstood. I want the whole world to hear and know the truth. TikTok came up, a lot of us patronize TikTok, we like it, but suddenly they are taking sides. It's like they want us killed and destroyed. The UN has spoken. The Court of Appeal has spoken. Everybody knows that Nnamdi Kanu is innocent of all the accusations against him. And as soon as his case came up in the court and it was proven to be right and he was discharged, people began to rejoice everywhere in the whole world and congratulating Nnamdi Kanu. What TikTok did was to put down the information of every person that congratulated Nnamdi Kanu, citing him as a terrorist. Biafrans, beware. Know whom your enemies are. They want to kill us like the time they planned to kill the Jews in the time of King Ahasuerus in Shushan the palace, during the reign of Esther, and in the time of Mordecai. The Jews cried and God came to their rescue, and they were saved from being killed by Haman the Agagite. So that is how people, Nnamdi Kanu said, we have a formidable array of enemies that are against us, both from within and without. So mark that number one. TikTok is deleting the accounts of all those, either deleting or suspending the accounts of all those who congratulated Nnamdi Kanu in his victory over Nigeria in the Supreme Court, or at the Supreme Court. Thank you very much. I have told you now, Biafrans, know whom your enemies are. We are patronizing them. We are patronizing them. Our subscribing or adapting to their app has gone a long way to expand. I know they have other customers in the world, but we are a sizable chunk. And I am believing God when Biafra comes, we're going to build our own app that will beat TikTok hands down. We have the knowledge, we have the technology. They are pushing us into the extent where we have to decide for ourselves how we are going to survive in this very hostile, harsh world. We love people. We love other nations. We want to work with them. We want to operate with them. That is why everywhere you see us, we cooperate with people. You have a business, we join hands, we come there, we be part of it. You increase your business for you. Now, if you want to take us out, we are not going to kill you. The best thing is to just like want to leave Nigeria. We are not being wanted. We want to go away on a separate ways and live on our own. That's number one. Number two, King Solomon, by his comment, he used the Biafrans to build his platform. And at the end of the day, King Solomon showed his real self that he is a disciple of Peter Obi, speaking against Biafra and trying to rubbish everything that has been done so far. Sacrifices made, awareness brought, pains passed through those who have been killed. You see, the name King Solomon, if you go to the Bible, Solomon has a son who was a king. How did he end up? It was in his administration that the kingdom of Israel was divided into two, because he did not seek counsel from the elders. He sought counsel among young men of himself, and they did something that was wrong. It's in the Bible. And therefore, King Solomon, his name is Rehoboam. That was the son of Solomon, whom, regardless of all the knowledge of his father, when he came into government, because of his divisive attitude and lack of consideration and respect for the Jewish people, Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, put a question to him and the elders of Israel. He failed, and the kingdom was divided. That was when the kingdom of Israel was divided. So King Solomon has appeared this time to divide the kingdom. That's what he has done. He has just come up. He's just fulfilling scriptures by having that name. And thank God we are well informed on that thing. So I want people to know whom your enemy is. We're not saying you should go and kill anybody. No, but you know what to do. We have been supporting his channel on Facebook and YouTube, and he has grown to the extent that he feels that he can deal with us anyhow. Well, the best thing we Biafrans can do, if you are buying goods from you and you think that without those your goods I cannot survive, I will tell you, before granite came into existence, we were not eating concrete, we were not eating stones and sands. There were other things. So I want King you should know that King Solomon has defecated inside the church. The road which he passed to go and succeed, he had to defecate on that road, knowing that others will pass through that road and he may have to come back. Put it in mind, I've given you the second information, because King Solomon is an agent against Biafrans, against Nnamdi Kanu'S, against Simon Ekpa, against everything we stand for as a people, as a nation. Whatever monies they've given to them, that's their own. Number three, General Enenche of the Nigerian army. Remember him? I told you some time ago that he was the army spokesperson when Nnamdi Kanu'S house was attacked. He was the army spokesman. Now this General Enenche came out recently and said he had to support the dealing of Nnamdi Kanu because of his oath of allegiance to the Nigerian military. So when they are doing evil against the people, because of his oath of allegiance, he will not speak the truth. He will not give a proper reportage on accounting of what happened. He will lie so that people can be killed and they will die, and he will break the hearts of families and homes. Now, I am trying to find out, because I understand, I'm not sure, I heard that Peter Obi appointed somebody, either Paul Enenche, the brother, or General Enenche himself, to be his campaign, one of his campaign personnel. You see the reason why Peter Obi went to Dunamis and Paul Enenche prayed for him. His brother supervised the killing of people in the house of Nnamdi Kanu as the army spokesperson. You people should know whom your enemy is. Especially those of you who are in Dunamis Gospel Center. You are Igbos. They are killing, you are Biafrans. They are killing your people. And Paul Enenche, who speaks for one Nigeria and prays for people to be, does not believe in the Biafran project. I don't see any reason why they should. We don't want to stay again in Nigeria. Not that we don't hate Nigerians. We don't hate the Fulanis. We don't hate Buhari. What we are saying is we are being killed and we don't want to be killed anymore. We don't want our women to be raped anymore. So we want freedom to determine our own. We want a functional society where things are working effectively. Like in America, schools work all the year. Nothing like strike in universities or educational. Enenche is the brother to Pastor Paul Enenche. And Pastor Paul Enenche are those that pray for Obi. They're against Biafrans. They don't speak. They are saying the killing of our men, raping of our women, burning down of our houses. Deliberate action to see that the people from Biafra are cut down economically. No federal presence. Abandoned and considered as scumbags. They want us dead. And this Enenche, the brother, was the army spokesperson when Nnamdi Kanu'S house was attacked. Know your enemies. Those of you in Dunamis, know your enemy, because you cannot be contributing your money to somebody's ministry. That person is against you, your family, your people, your leader, your destiny, your hope, your life. And he's talking about the God of heaven. All this wickedness is going on and you're keeping quiet. The same thing to you Igbos, do Biafra, especially of Igbo extraction. They are the ones that they are attacking. You Biafrans that are in Anselm, Madubuko's church in Lagos. You are all contributing. And this guy, what's his name? The one that was vice president to Buhari some time ago and failed. What's his name? The Yoruba man that said that God has caused Biafrans and is there to deliver them. I've forgotten his name. So you people should Tunde Bakare. Yes, exactly. Those are the guys that are against us. They don't want our survival. They want us dead. They don't speak on behalf of our people that are being killed. Even if they don't say that let Biafra go, at least speak against the raping of our women, the killing of our men, the burning down of our houses, the destruction of our properties. A plan to take us away from the face of the earth. These people are not saying anything. They're just talking about one Nigeria. And one Nigeria is intended to destroy us. We say no to it. We are not against Nigeria. We want a referendum. It is only when they refuse that we might resort into raising up arms in defense of our fatherland, Biafra. I tell you the truth. Biafra had existed before Nigeria was contracted. I'm telling you the truth. When the British first came, they had a treaty with the Biafran people as a kingdom, as a nation. So it was only Lord Lugard that disregarded all those things, brought three major ethnic groups together and formed what we call Nigeria, from Niger area. Yeah, it's Tunde Bakare. Thank you, Onyoma Charles Ugu. So we have to go back to our history. We are going to write our own history books. We are going to raise up our own science textbooks and experiments. We are going to design and produce our own cars. Let me tell you, there was a Nigerian man, an Igbo man, a Biafra man that produced a car around 1960. I saw the car. By all standards, it's a modern car of this age, because it had a body that could go up, like you have Lamborghini car door that goes up by the corner or open roof. It's a Biafran man. He had that wisdom. We have the capacity to turn things around for people. Biafra will, I'm telling you the truth, if we start in 20 years, you begin to see very visible signs. I'm not saying we shall be perfect in 20 years, but in 20 years, you see very, very visible signs. A very stable and functional society that properly organized with a government that is accountable to the people, an effective policing system. And we are going to contribute to the peace of the countries of the world, because the coming of Biafra will checkmate the excesses of terrorists within the African region. Mark that. Some of these people who are against us will still know that our emergence will turn out to be their blessing, because the birth of Biafra shall bring about the fall and the rising of many nations. Some nations will fall and others will rise. Like Master Nnamdi Kanu said, it will just be like the time of Yeshua HaMashiach. When he was born, a lot of things will happen, because it's going to be a miraculous thing. We are God's people. There's no doubt about it. A Jewish rabbinical court had said that the Igbos trace their lineage from Israel. We are Jewish people, and we don't owe any apology to anybody. It's God that made us so. So we are coming back again to prove ourselves. So remember that about General Enenche. I know those of you who are doing whatever you are doing. Then another one I want to say is Okwadike. Remember him. He said that he will kneel down for Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. Look, we don't want Igbo politicians who go to beg. The Court of Appeal said that Nnamdi Kanu is free of all the charges against him. They quashed them. First 8 were dropped, and later on, the other 7 were dropped. And God used Ozokome in doing that. Remember also, Barrister Jimako had been doing a good job. He started in Umuahia and showed that he could argue his point very well. And the court found the government guilty and gave them a charge to pay Nnamdi Kanu certain amount of money. Ejimako did a good job there. And then the other person who did a good job is Ozokome. I am not cutting down Ejiofor, but I have my reason. Until he came, all those charges against Nnamdi Kanu were still holding. And therefore, we don't want Okwadike to go and start begging Buhari. We don't need him to beg anybody. He should, because all these things they are doing now is to plan their program for P2B, so that when they go and beg, they will say, then let's bring P2B in. We are not interested in Nigerian politics. We want out as a nation. We are not against Nigeria. They can hold the election, not in Biafra land. Once we are out, we build our nation. Anybody, any Igbo man that chooses to be with Nigeria is free. He can go to Nigeria and leave. But Nigeria, Biafra becoming a sovereign nation does not recognize Nigeria's electoral system in Biafra. Once Biafra becomes a sovereign nation. Right now, we are saying that there will be no election in Biafra. According to what Onyendu said, if you are a true believer and follower of Nnamdi Kanu, you should stand by what he said. Don't try to compromise things or go the other way around or look for political solution. It is wrong. We don't accept it. It's unacceptable. So, Okwadike, you did this in the time when Soludo wanted to become governor. You were coming there crying for Onyendu. When the moment Soludo became governor, you packed down. Nobody heard from you again. Now, Obi's own is coming. You are coming up again. We know all these tricks. So we don't need Okwadike's help. Our help comes from God. God said he's looking for 100 men. And if Biafrans have 100 people who are committed, or all of us Biafrans are committed, and we have more than 100 that God is looking for, our help shall come from above. We shall fight this battle and win. There's no doubt about it. Nobody can stop Biafra from coming. It's a fact. This is our time. It's the ordination of God. There's nothing anybody can do about it. I'm telling you the truth. I heard a man of God came out and said, somebody sent me a text that God has chosen another person to lead Biafra, not Nnamdi Kanu. And I told that person, that man of God is looking for subscribers in his platform to build, and then look for people who come into his ministry and give him money. That man of God is fake. He's a fake man. He said that I said that Nnamdi Kanu's hands are stained with blood, and therefore he's going to raise another person. Don't mind him. Don't listen to him. Those of you who go about listening to men of God who talk nonsense, because if you don't know the Bible, you can be carried away by too many prophetic words and utterances. But if you read your Bible, you will not be, because the word of God is the standard to gauge any prophecy, to measure any prophecy. The Bible says in the book of, I think, Isaiah 8:20, if they speak not according to this word, he said, to the word and testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no truth in them, there's no light in them. To the word and testimony, he said, if they speak not according to this word, according to what God said in Isaiah, let me read it out to you, please. Just hold on a minute. Let me get my Bible. I believe you're using the Bible to make my reference. We serve the living God. We believe in him. We believe in Yeshua HaMashiach. We don't need money to serve God. You don't have to pay any money into my account. I'm working. I'll have to tell you the truth so that if you don't like it, leave. So I'm not among those who will come and build up ministry. I'm not interested. It's not the Bible. Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20. You read, it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. That prophet made this analogy, making reference to the Bible, where David was told by God, you cannot build a temple for me, not lead my people. David led Israel, was the first recognized king of Israel from God. Go and read the book of Matthew chapter 1. And he told him, because you have done that, you will not build a temple because you shed so many blood. You're a military man. And it was God that led him into that war. He said, I'll bring your son Solomon, who is a man of peace, that will build a temple for me. But all the instruments that were needed to build the temple were provided by David. And he gave Solomon instruction on what he should do as a son, that if he misbehaves, God will abandon him. That was a good counsel from David. But when Solomon came, concerning King 1 Solomon, in his riches, he misbehaved in the fire analysis. His own son that succeeded him, the King 1 Solomon called Rehoboam, misbehaved. And it was in his administration that the kingdom of Israel was divided into two. So if you speak not according to this word, it means that there is no light in you. So God started with Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu did not kill people. They were trying to kill him. They killed people because of him. Nnamdi Kanu set up ESN to secure our boundaries because the Fulani headsmen were raping our women, killing them in the farms, abusing our men, killing them, eating up our crops in the farms with their cows and cattle. And when that was set up, that security network, it checkmated them effectively and they stopped. They stopped immediately. That was when the government decided to come in themselves in the guise of branding us terrorists so that they could bring in repentant Boko Haram members to come and fight us. So when that man said that he's a man of God, I told whoever sent me that thing that this man is looking for subscribers to his ministry. Go and tell him, my name is Emeka Livingston. Tell the man of God that I said he's a fake man of God. God cannot be speaking through him. No. If Nnamdi Kanu is not the person that God raised, God will tell us. God will tell Nnamdi Kanu. And in the first instance, Nnamdi Kanu has always said it, that he's not interested in being the leader of Biafra, even though we want him to lead us when he comes out and set a good example. He said it. So Nnamdi Kanu is not politically ambitious. So let that young man not be saying that thing as if he's trying to create an impression. That impression is wrong. It's a wrong impression. So don't listen to that prophet. He's fake. He's from the pit of hell. It's not from God. Okay, then I give you the next one. I want to discuss a Joffo again. Not him as a person, because Simon Epa made a comment and we are waiting on him. He said he has given a Joffo time to refute that allegation or those comments he made, that he should remember the text he sent him or letter he sent him on the 28th of September and the contents therein. He should remember and then go back to Facebook and correct those careless comments he made. That he doesn't want to fight him. But if he fights him, he will fight him back dirty. Now, one of our members of IPOB, a good financial contributor, her name is Blessing. Ikengo Ragu came out on Facebook and was talking when he was interviewing. He had a presentation with Donald Azubike. I know Donald very well. I don't know the other guy. And there was a comment from Ikenga threatening the life of Blessing and her family because she contributes to ESN fund. And the thing got to our attention. They are going to address it. I don't want to speak on that yet until Simon Epa must have made a comment in respect to the threat Ikenga is giving to a woman and her family. People are beginning to fight dirty. We are talking, if we are talking about the restoration of Biafra, why do you go down so low as to go and threaten your sister, an Igbo woman, to kill or destroy her property, her life, her siblings or family members? What did she do to you? She's fighting for the liberation of Biafra and release of Nnamdi Kanu. She's not those kind of people that, freedom fighters that collect money and eat. She is spending her own. She's spending her time. She's a great woman. She's like Florence Mwapa, or Mrs. Oyibo Odinamado. She is like Mrs. Oyibo Odinamado, sorry. I don't have enough. I've heard of Florence Mwapa, is somebody I respect, but I don't know. I have to be sure of what I'm saying, but I'm sure of Mrs. Oyibo Odinamado, who passed away some months ago, who, a true Biafran, went to see the Queen of England when the war started, to appeal to her as a mother, as a woman, to stop the economic blockade, that children are dying of kwashiorkor, hunger, malnutrition and sickness and disease. The Queen refused to give her audience. The British government did not talk to her. She went with 4 persons. She's in the same category with Margaret Ekpo. People of respect. She's just of the same age with the Queen of England that died. So, this woman, Blessing, she is fighting the same thing for Biafra. And somebody who calls himself a Biafran is walking underground to see that she is threatened or killed, or her family members are killed. When the Fulanis hear this, they will say that we are fools. If you're fighting for Biafra, maybe the side you are fighting coming from is not the side we are coming from. That does not mean we are wrong. Simon Ekpa has done a great thing for Biafran people. He's the only person that has taken after Nnamdi Kanu and followed in that spirit without politics. He has made sacrifices, and he's still making sacrifices. He has said he'll be the last bus stop for any man that will betray Nnamdi Kanu, and I support him on that. So why threaten Simon Ekpa's life? Why threaten Blessing's life? Simon Ekpa will address that, because it will be brought to his knowledge, so that he will talk to Ikenga Uruagu, because we have a line of authority and we don't speak out of turn. So there are things which I'm not competent to speak on now. Until Simon Ekpa has made a comment on it, then we'll do a follow-up. Now, Barrister Jofo, this is the seed you planted. When you were, when you rushed out to go and congratulate Biafrans over the release of Nnamdi Kanu, instead of thanking God and keeping quiet, you started congratulating people whom you said had worked with you and had endured with you during this struggle. You mentioned Uche Chikano, and among them was Ikenga. Now you have given him strong impetus and wings to start talking. That's why when I said that when Jofo made that comment, you should have been condemned in total. Nobody should even for once side Jofo, because that comment is beginning to yield seed. Ikenga Uruagu is developing very strong wings. Very, very strong wings. I'm not against him. He's against himself. For him to start saying that somebody's life in his program, whether they are him or the other guy, because I know Azubike didn't say, so what Azubike was saying was that any man in army uniform that comes into Biafra land to kill a Biafran, that person does not expect to leave Biafra alive. That was correct. That was nice. He was very, professional in approaching that issue, because it's in defense of the life of the Biafran people. But when Ikenga Uruagu delved down, went down south to the extent of going a low blow to threaten the life of a fellow Biafran, we will not buy that. But we'll wait for Simon Ekpa to make a comment on it before we do a follow-up. But stage of 4, the seed you planted is germinating. We know that your wife is a member of DSS. We are aware. We have reasons to begin to question the death of your personal assistant, or whatever they call him, that was killed. Because when they came to your house to attack you, if the Nigerian government were actually looking for you to kill you, they should have done that. But this thing looks like a conspiracy to take out somebody who knew too much. That's your personal assistant. He was the only person that was killed. They took him out, killed him and burnt him. Your brother was spared. What is a personal assistant? Who is he? He said nobody in comparison to your family members. Why should they kill him unless he has information? Very powerful information. I don't know if that information is the one that concerns you or the Nigerian government. And if it's the Nigerian government, why should your personal assistant have information more than you do? How did they come to the knowledge that he has such information? He became the fall guy. He became the fall.
My wonderful people, as we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.